Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 60 6-Day Challenge 7.0, and today is day 34. So today we are transitioning out of our Campaigns applet, and we're going to head into the Reports applet. And we're going to take a look at the Reports dashboard. We're going to look at your contact health score and check on a couple of other items as we move into tomorrow's video on goal setting. So our Reports applet is our 8th one down. It's this little bar graph, line graph. So we're going to choose that icon and open up the Reports applet. When we come into the Reports applet dashboard, the first thing we're going to see is the number of total contact records we have in our database. It is then broken down by contacts versus leads. The difference between these two: leads can be fed into your command contacts applet via Facebook ads. You can mark a contact as a lead as well, or you can import contacts as leads. For me, the thought process I always have is a lead is someone I am not in contact with quite yet. So Tom Cruise comes into my database every now and then, and he has yet to buy a house for me. Actually, I've never had him on the phone or had him respond to an email. So in that case, he lives in my database as a lead until I can actually make contact with him and turn him into a contact. So that's kind of how we think about it inside of Command, the differences between contacts and leads. Scrolling down a little bit, we get into an important category here, and this is our database health. We didn't really talk about it when we were kind of spending our first day 3 through day 9 on contacts, but this is the true health of your database health score. And you're actually seeing my personal database at this point. One, I'm being very transparent. Two, we didn't have quite enough data in our demo account to really get a good viewpoint on this. So you can see with regards to my database, the overall health score, which is kind of a combination of these 6 key characteristics of a contact. How many of the contacts in my database have a phone number? How many of them have an email? How many have an address? Based upon that address, how many have a neighborhood assigned or have been manually assigned a neighborhood? How many have I added the home anniversary to? And how many have I added their birthday? Now, a quick caveat between address and neighborhoods. Well, why wouldn't these be automatically the same if the neighborhood is automatically assigned? Remember, the neighborhood is only assigned if there is a next door neighborhood available. If you have a P.O. box, you're not going to get a neighborhood assigned. If it's a very rural property, you're not going to get a neighborhood assigned. So there is usually some discrepancy between these two because not all addresses have assignable neighborhoods. As far as home anniversary and birthdays go, those can be assigned in the contact record underneath the additional contact information drop down. And of course, we know how to assign phone number and email. Cool thing about database health is you can actually be competitive and see how you stack up against agents in your own home market center. So right now you can see my market center is doing pretty well with phone numbers. 76% of the contacts in my entire market center's agents databases, so we have, 400 plus agents in our market center, combined all of their contacts, 76% of those have a phone number. I am not doing quite as well with 64%. So they're quote unquote beating me with phone number. However, I'm winning the email battle, if you will. 89% of my contacts have an email, where 75% of the contacts combined of all the agents in my market center have an email. I'm doing better in address. Well, my market center needs a little help with addresses. I'm doing better with neighborhoods. My market center needs a little bit of help with neighborhoods. They're killing me in home anniversary. They got 3 times the amount, although both of us could probably use some work here. Obviously, this can only be assigned once you've closed a transaction with someone. So typically this number is going to be pretty low. And birthdays, we're both about the same point. We all need a little help with regards to birthdays. Typically, that's pretty easily found on places like Facebook, maybe even LinkedIn. So that's your database health score. Underneath that, you've got the database activity score. So what percentage of the contacts in your database have you reached out to, right? And that would be either email, text, logging a note, logging a call. That would trigger reaching out to somebody. So obviously, I've got some work to do. 93% of my database has not heard from me in the last 91 or more days. Not real good. Now, just to be fair, a large majority of my database are agents that I reach out to very periodically, but only happens every now and then. So that is your database activity score here at the bottom. Also on the right-hand side, you can see the sources for your leads and contacts. So where are they coming from? Right now, the leads that have come into my database, 59% of those have come in from a Facebook ad, and 41% of those have come by registering with my KW app or at my KW site. Moving into the next tab over, you've got reports. And inside here, there are three main styles of reports that you can look at. You can see right now we are looking at the opportunities report, which shows that I've created 13 opportunities total. 5 of those are new. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the actual potential income there in those opportunities. So I need to go back and find out if there's some average price points I can add in there to get some of that to show up. You can see the phase that the opportunities are in, the volume, and then the average time that they stay inside of each one of those particular phases. At the bottom, you're going to get a buyer opportunity overview. This was the listing opportunity overview. Both of these can be transitioned from year to date, month to date, and last month. That's the opportunities report. We can click on this drop down and go into the goals report. Now I'm going to show you how to set your goals and get some better reporting inside the goals tab tomorrow. But this is one that actually will show up. So based upon the goals that I set for 2021, my goal was $100,000 in profit. To make $100,000 in profit, I need to have 21,000 cost of sales. So basically I need to create 139,000 in GCI, knowing that 18,000 of that would be operating expenses, 21,000 of that would be cost of sales, which would then leave me with $100,000 in profit. That'll make a little more sense when we go into the goals tab tomorrow. But you got a breakdown here of the goals progress and then the conversion rate data points as well, just so you can see what you set up when you did your goal build out, which we'll do tomorrow. Finally, you can go into your database report. And this is very similar to what we looked at on the dashboard, just a little bit different way of tracking some of the items here. You can see total records, how many of those are contacts, how many of those are leads year to date. That can also be broken down by month to date. And then if you're logging your activities, so how many of these contacts, now again, this is only the 6th day of this month, and I haven't done any today, but if we look at, let's just see this month, if anything triggers, let's just do year to date. There we go, now we're getting the activities showing up. So how many of these people have been put on smart plans? How many have received an email? How many have received a text message? How many notes have I logged? How many have searched neighborhoods? How many calendar events have I logged as well? So you can see some additional activities happening here. You've got your lead by sources, which we showed as well, and then your database fields, how well you're doing on each one of those as well. So that's year to date. 67 have been recorded, 24 are new. For leads specifically, we can change that to contacts and take a look at that as well. Some additional metrics you can kind of dive into with regards to your actual database. That's it for today, guys. Tomorrow, we're going to dive into the goals tab. I'm going to show you how to set goals for 2023 and then see how you're doing towards those goals and how to move those numbers periodically. So stay tuned for that. As always, it's great talking to you. I'll look forward to talking to you again real soon.